to it. Real one. Ain't nothing to it. Boss.
Alright, so I'm back and I am ready to really just jump in straight on with this YouTube thing. Me and YouTube go back and forth all the time for the past 4 years. I be off, then I be on, then I be off, then I be on, then I want to do it, then I don't want to do it. So I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it. I'm gonna talk while I do it because I think that's what helps me through it. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna start out doing my eyebrows, of course, and I'm going to use my Makeup Revolution eyebrow pencil. Well, I start off with my eyebrows, lining the bottom, and I do go a little bit below where my hairline is because in reality I really don't have like real thick eyebrows, so I gotta do a little more work to get these things right. So I do take my tail out a little bit further. I like to basically overdo it and then clean it up because the concealer is like my best friend, like we homegirls. So the concealer cleans up any mistakes that I make. From the top, I do brush my eyebrow hairs down just so I can see the actual natural line of how my eyebrows are. I don't go all the way to the front of my eyebrows. I usually just draw like a straight line out. And then I create an arch and I bring it down. And I connect the line. I connect this line to that tail that I created. And I just outline it. Remember that your spoolie can always, you can always brush out however much product you put on. If you put on too much product, I always just use the spoolie to go back over it to brush it out, to thin out the product, just so it won't be too dark. And once I outline my eyebrows, I do brush my eyebrows back into the natural place of where they are. Just brush them back up. And then I just start to fill it in from the bottom. I just really just shade them in as if I'm just coloring, child. Like, it's not no big deal because like I said, my spoolie works for me. And once I'm done actually filling my eyebrow in, I brush off the product. I brush it out, I thin it out as much as I need to. Eyebrows on, I have not touched the front of the eyebrows, so I want to go over how I do it. So how I do it is I really just flick my eyebrow pencil up and create like little strokes because I want it to really look as natural as possible. So I don't really overdo it by shading it in. I just like to create little hairs that I don't have, and it lightly fills it in because again, I don't want this to be too dark. With the concealer, again, I start from the bottom to clean up underneath and perfect my shape that I initially wanted. So I clean that. And I do start from the front because I'm a visual person, okay? I have to see what's going on. It gotta come together for me. I like to bring my concealer out a little bit because I gotta match it up with the other side anyway. With the product, I bring it down because I do use my concealer as a eyeshadow primer as well. So I just drag the concealer down to my eye. I start from the midpoint, I guess, and I just go straight out, and then I start moving up to the front. So with the front, I just match the line that I already had and I just bring it forward. Grab a little bit of product, and then now you shape the rest. So you bring it pretty much down. That's what I do. I just bring it down to connect to the overdone concealer that I did. Once you've gotten the outline good, you go back in and you clean up, okay? So you go back in and clean up by actually then shaping it to how you actually want it. So I didn't really want that sharp arch. I like my arch to kind of circle a little bit. So then I just grab a brush and I blend it all out. What I do just to ombre my eyebrows out, I literally just hold my pencil like this and brush through, just so all the product is even and it takes some off of the front. Okay, so we're gonna do eyeshadow. I use my concealer as my eyeshadow base. I'm using this purple eyeshadow and it's by Flying Solo and it's in the color LA Fresh. So I'm using this fluffy brush to do my eyeshadow with this purple. I do like to dab the product on first and then blend it out just so it can be nice and bright. In the matte book, I'm going to use this color right here to brighten it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Okay, see, that brought the color in. That made it look a little more purple. I'm going to use my the Warrior 2 Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to use this one. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. So I'm gonna use this one. All right, so I'm bringing the brown over to the outer corners. I'm tapping it on to create the dark look on the corners so it can be a little bit darker. Then I just bring the rest of the product that's on the brush, I bring it forward because my eyes are hooded, so I have to really create a crease. So when I cut my crease, it'll look like I have, you know, that the brown is still up at the top. So then I grab my the brush that I was using for the purple, and then I blend them together. So for the cut crease, you take a little product, okay, like this. Make sure it's some product on the tip as well, because I like the tip to really guide me. So for my cut crease, again, I have hooded eyes, so I don't have, it doesn't come as easy to me as it would to some of you. So I really just put my head up like this, and then I try to identify where my eyeball is. So you see, like right here. And also, like I said before, with the brown, when I was creating a cut, this helps me. This when I drag the brown product inward, you know, it helps me to identify where I need to put where I need to start cutting my crease at, and where I need to stop, and where I need to start, and how high to go. Okay, so I create a half moon just with a little bit of product. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. And then drag it down a little bit. And then start from the tip of your, what is this, tear duct? Start from the tip right there where that starts and connect the lines together. Take your time, adding product little by little. Again, like I said, taking your time. Go inch like that. So you see how I'm just adding product bit by bit until I get it to where I need it to be. And there we go. See? Whoop, 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 whoop. That's it. I hope I explained that very well. And then after that, just fill it in. Take your time. Don't move too fast, but just fill it in a little bit. Don't go all the way to the end. Stop like midpoint, like right here. Okay? That same brush that you had when you filled in, when you brushed out your concealer on your eyebrows, just take that same brush that already has concealer on it and pat the concealer out. And as you patting it out, you're gonna drag it to that end, the end of your cut crease. You're gonna drag it there. I shouldn't use the word drag it. You're gonna pat and move. That's what we're gonna do. Pat and move it. So once we're done, go ahead and get your brush that you use the brown eyeshadow with. Now we're going to reinforce the brown color, and now what I'm gonna do is flick it toward the end of the cut crease. So just with a little product, I'm still patting and moving. I'm patting and flicking it toward the cut crease, just so it can give it an ombre look. Alright, so now we're gonna move to the yellow eyeshadow. This is the Flying Solo eyeshadow, and this is in the color Blonde Sugar. So I start from the bottom. Start everything from the bottom. Tapping it on there, and then move closer toward the top, but don't go too far. Don't put the whole brush up at the top, because you're gonna use the edge to fill in where the cut crease line is. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with the matte book. Okay, and I'm going to grab this yellow right here. All right, so as we get to the end of your cut crease, it is gonna overlap the brown a little bit, but that's okay, because we're gonna go back in and grab the brown brush to go back in over it, so we're gonna play in between the colors in a minute. So back with the brown. Just keep all your palettes open, because you're gonna have to flip flop. So back in with the brown, just a little bit of product you can grab, and then clean that back up and play in between these two colors. Okay. I'm going to use this pigment by Like Gold. The color that this is in is Madam C.J. Walker. I'm going to put the pigment over the yellow to brighten it up a little bit, or give it some little shimmer and shine. Okay.
Oh, it's so cute!
Okay, so I'm adding the Madam C.J. Walker on top of that yellow eyeshadow that I had before, to give it some pop, give me some flavor. You know, I ain't going nowhere, but my fiance is at work, so when he come home, I want him to be like,
damn, you look good.
You know what I'm saying? Alright, so after we put the pigment on and you put it in place, in a perfect place, we're gonna go back and grab the brown again and place it over the color, the pigment, to make it just again fade in to the pigment color. Alright, so for the liner, I'm going to draw a line first of how I want the liner to go. Then I start to draw little lines connecting it, and then move my way to the top or to the front. Then I start from the tip where I created that line, and I draw a line and I start to perfect it. My line messed up, so I have to go get a new one. Hopefully I can clean this up. These are the Doll Face Lashes by Moi. Alright, so how I throw my lashes on is I look down in the mirror like such, and I just place them where I see that where my lash line is. I just place it right on top, and then I grab the end and I place it where it needs to go, and that's when I start to stick it. And then I move to the front to stick it on. Voila. Lashes are on. For my lips, I'm doing Nightmoth by MAC. for the lip liner. I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lip gloss in the color Milkshake. And I'm just going to throw some lip gloss on it. And there she is. Thank you all for watching. I'm so excited to be back. I'm so excited to be doing videos again. I am going to stay consistent this time now that I have a new home, and I actually have a makeup room now that I'm going to be decorating. So I'm excited about that. So I have all the space and opportunity to do more videos. So I'm excited to be back. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to chit chat, feel free to comment. Follow me on all social media at YesIsDollface. To talk with me, chit chat with me, send me pictures if you all do this look, or if you do this look and put your own little spin on it. I would be happy to see it and be more involved with you all. I appreciate you all for watching. I know it was a little bit lengthy, but I appreciate it, and I hope to see you all in my next video.